Hello, Sunni. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you for asking.
My name is Innocent Usar.
I'm Sunni Mallo.
And last time we started to talk about teenagers and young adults and attending the summer camp. As a parent, one of the concerns I always have, Sunni, is thinking about kids who have come from some kind of background where parents didn't really prepare for parenting, or there was some kind of missing link or something not adding up. I'm always worried about how these kids would turn up.
Okay.
How can these kids get help?
I think that's a very fantastic question. And I think that's why one of the most important and one of the first things that we start working on at the summer camp is something we refer to as the winning mindset. Because these teenagers are coming from different backgrounds, whether the parents were ready or not ready, equipped or not equipped to raise them or give them all of the resources that they need for a successful life. So what we do with winning mindset is we expose these teenagers to mindsets that has been, NLP came from a deep place of research, right? Successful mindset that has worked for people for decades and over again. So this mindset is what we bring across to these teenagers. We show them how to imbibe this mindset in such a way that it would help them to be successful today and most importantly in the future. So regardless of where they are coming from, where they are now, and especially to prepare for the future, this mindsets that we take them through, different ones. Let me give you an example of one, right? One of the mindsets we expose them to is the ability to take responsibility for their lives, their decisions.
Are you saying that this mindset, there are quite a number of them?
Oh yes.
How many?
Yes. It's so many. It's so many. We curate specific. No, they're over 20 of this mindsets. 20 powerful mindsets that we share with these teenagers that was very powerful and very unique. So for instance, parents sometimes wonder, would these children really understand the concept of how to, imbibe this mindset or even how to utilize it in their everyday life? But it's interesting because we get feedback from these parents most of the time, and you hear them say, my teen is behaving differently, or wait, he's beginning to speak differently when we communicate. What happened exactly, right? And that's the power of some of these mindsets that we take them through, to be able to learn how to make decisions, learn how to act, behave differently now and even in the future.
I'm getting really curious, Sunni, even though the video isn't going to be very long. I'm thinking, a bit about my life. How would my life have turned out differently if I was raised with that type of mindset, or if I had been in an environment like the one we are creating for these teenagers?
I can only imagine the trajectory your life would have taken. We would have had maybe an entirely different Innocent Usar, or we would have had this Mr. Usar, but at a very younger age than you ended up doing.
I would have been wiser, younger.
Much earlier as a teenager. I mean, all our journeys are different, and I'm super excited that ours brought us where we are. But I'm excited because these teenagers are getting this early enough, which is able to help them choose the trajectory their life goes on quite early. Faster than their parents did, faster than we did on our track, right? So they're able to do differently, and they have these resources. I think that's the powerful thing, because you and I know that we're limited by how much our mindsets, right? The boundary conditions of our thinking. So imagine being able to expand that for the teenager right now.
Are they able to sit in the driving seat of their life?
Realizing that for me to take responsibility for the big things, I need to start taking responsibility for the small things. For instance, he said, I've never seen a need. I never understood that I needed to, something as little as waking up in the morning and dressing my own bed, or taking my own plate to the sink when I'm done. That's taking responsibility for myself. He said, if I'm able to do these things, it means when the big decisions come, I can take responsibility too. But when I don't do these ones, then it's possible that I can pass off on the big things. And I thought, that's a very interesting way. But for some parents who may wonder, do these teenagers really get it? They do, in more amazing ways than you can imagine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
An investment is something that you lay aside early so that it will bring back returns after a while.
Yeah.
An investment in your kid coming for this camp, however, is not one for which you would have to wait for a long while to get back returns. This is something that will generate a lot of returns early enough for you to begin to see your kids make you proud. This is not one of those camps. It's different. It's neuro-linguistics programming for young adults and for teens. As Sunni Mallo and I, Innocent Usar, puts this together and makes the environment conducive for your kids to come join us for just 5 days. It is
5 days, Monday through to Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. We take your kids on this fun ride. I keep saying fun because it's the key word to this camp. They've done a lot of school and classes and all of that. We need a different environment. We learn through fun. Right? We'd spend those 5 days with your teenagers and then they're right back to you. And I just imagine the brand new teenager you have and the kind of experience you have with them afterwards.
So this is 5 days in Lagos and in Abuja.
Yep.
The details are showing right now as I speak to you on the screen. Phone numbers that you can reach us with, that you can send a WhatsApp message, or that you can call Sunni or I, so that you are able to invest in your child. Neuro-linguistics programming is making a massive difference in the lives of entrepreneurs, leaders, and people from diverse backgrounds. Let this investment be seen in your child. So make your family show up on the world's map through neuro-linguistics programming. So let's see you again, and see you, the viewer, next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.